This engine is superlative in many ways.
She's the most modern steam locomotive in the world to this day.
If they need to come into the roundhouse for repairs, the engineer volunteered to come in. That was his baby there.
She can run 100 miles per hour on flat track.
You can actually see her working because you see those side rods.
It was designed to pull a train over the Blue Ridge Mountains.
She was the best of all worlds, compromising on nothing.
Norfolk and Western had these locomotives running over 15,000 miles a month.
It is, amongst those that know trains, a rock star.
Fire up 611.
Fire up 611.
Fire up 611.
She represents luxury, tradition, elegance, style, grace.
It has a tendency to mesmerize you. It makes you wonder how something built by man could be that awesome.
It has more spunk than any steam locomotive its size ever built in the country.
Even when it's not moving, you can hear it breathing because you can hear the fire in the firebox going and the steam and the feed water pumps.
And it's alive. You know, diesel isn't alive like a steam locomotive. This is alive.
I saw it for the first time when I was around 7 years old. My dad worked at the passenger station. He was a mail handler, baggage handler. And he came home one day and said Norfolk and Western had a passenger engine that could go 100 miles an hour. Wow.
One of my earliest childhood memories of riding steam locomotives was riding with an engineer who made me blow the whistle. And he said, "Son, you gotta have marbles in your wrist."
Fire up 611.
Fire up 611.
I also had the opportunity to fire it from 1990 to 1994. And going up the rails, the folks loved seeing this locomotive. Folks would line the tracks and in some cases get in their cars and pace the engine just to see the engine for a longer period of time than to watch it just go off into the sunset.
As a child, I used to stand by the tracks and watch 611 when it was in revenue service, and also rode behind the J's all the way from Roanoke to Lynchburg, Lynchburg to Norfolk.
Fire up 611!
Fire up 611.
This piece of equipment also helped to unify the country and help the transportation industry overcome time and distance. So it's not just a relic, it's a piece of history that shows how the country grew and how it became a true economic power base.
611 has worldwide recognition. People from all over the world have responded to the Fire Up 611 campaign.
We need to ask what else can we do? And there's so many things that we can do to support 611. Whether as a volunteer, a donor, a supporter, or just an interested party, there's so much that we can give to put the finest steam locomotive ever built back on the rails and restore one of the greatest American icons of our time.
See her run again, I can't really imagine, because I've seen smaller steam locomotives, but one of this size and of this magnitude going across the countryside at 60 miles an hour and up, I honestly can't even imagine it.
We need to put 611 back on the track and bring that history to a new generation.
People don't have a comprehension of what this engine did, can do, and will do.
Everybody wants to see this happen.
Fire up 611.
Let's fire up 611.
Let's fire up 611.
It's time the iron horse broke out of its stall.